Sheriff's Pop here with another episode from the Lair. Alright, I got some other stories here. Let's see. We're still doing the Ranger Battalion stuff. I did talk to some of my friends back in Michigan. I drove back there for a couple days, and they reminded me of a couple stories that I had missed. I probably need to go back and at some point and readdress those, but you know, it's been 30 years or whatever. Things slip through your brain pan. It happens. But this particular story took a lot of weird turns. All right, now this took place while I was away at PLDC. So I was gone pretty much for a month. Okay, but I was, Fort Lewis has the Ranger Battalion on it. And that was on main post, and they had North Fort, which was PLDC back then. I know they rearranged the whole thing and turned it into one big clusterfuck Air Force Army thing, but it is what it is. Okay, now, why? I left for PLDC. My unit, Bravo Company 275, went to the field. They were doing several RTAPs to include some live fires and usual bullshit. They do that all the time. It's usually 3 to 4 times a year. Okay. Apparently, they went out there and a hand grenade came up missing. I don't fucking know how they count that shit. After the hand grenade goes off, they go in there and find the actual fuse body, because they don't get blown up. They remain behind. The basically the hand grenade body fragments and goes everywhere, but the top part of it still stays. And then you have the spoons and the pins. And they want to keep track of all the hand grenades and prove they used them. Well, one came up missing. Now, these things happen. I don't know. I'm not going to point any fingers. But, shit happens. What can you do? So, and this was after Panama, and we were having a lot of turmoil with the battalion commander, and he was just a raging fucking cock. I'm going to use his name here. It was Lieutenant Colonel Miastis. He was shortly after that relieved and kicked out of the Army for some shit he did during the Panama invasion. He was not a good commander. He ran the Rangers like a garrison kind of troop, which they are not. It was very bad for morale. So anyway, my unit had to stay on the fucking range and walk back and forth to find this fucking hand grenade, and then they made them walk back after they're out there for like, a week and a half. It was like 24 mile road march, which is not really a big deal for Rangers. That's nothing. But the thing is like the whole barracks was locked down, and I had to come back there to do my goddamn laundry. So I had to sneak into the barracks through a window just to go do my fucking laundry. Now, while this whole thing was going on, apparently CID was living in the barracks and just randomly fucking, giving people the third degree. So I don't know what fucking happened, but I do my laundry. I'm in my room. All right, I'm about to tell my buddy to lock it from the outside so I can slip out the window and go back to PLDC. I get snatched up by CID. They fucking put me in the fucking lie detector chair, and they're fucking, just grilling me, man. Just fucking grilling me. And I'm like, I wasn't fucking even on the range. You check the sign-in logs, the attendance. I'm fucking in PLDC. Here's my fucking order. I'm just here doing my fucking laundry. I didn't fucking care. They didn't care. So, they gave me the whole lie detector test, and I was told afterwards, and I've actually, maintained this. They said, Pop, don't you ever fucking take a lie detector test, ever. Because I don't know what's going on in your brain pan, but you're one guilty motherfucker. We know you weren't there. Your room was locked from the outside. But you sneaking in here, it's not cool. So we're gonna tell the first sergeant. Which I got hammered for that too. But that was only a 12-mile road march because he had other shit to fucking deal with. But anyway, after it had gone on for a long time, miraculously, 5 other hand grenades showed up in the amnesty bin. 5 fucking hand grenades. from 5 different lot numbers. And some of the lot numbers were rotated out 2 or 3 years before this ever even fucking happened. So what does that tell me? It tells me that some Rangers have been fucking, spitballing some goddamn frag hand grenades and whatever laying around the barracks. Well, this led to a huge unannounced health and welfare inspection, which I will say the commander and first sergeant did not allow it to go down unannounced. We got the foot stomp. There might be something going on today, and then they left it at that. And it's like a sentence with the blank in there, like there might be something blank going on today. Well, it doesn't really require a lot of intelligence to go, hey, there might be a goddamn health and welfare today. Whatever you got, get it the fuck out of the barracks. So yeah, that whole health that went down like just before lunch, and from 9 o'clock to about 10:30, there was a caravan of Rangers moving their vehicles and shit outside the fucking battalion area, off Fort Lewis or wherever they fucking were. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they didn't really find anything. They found a couple of pistols, which belonged to the soldiers. They just got yelled at, had to do a road march. It wasn't a big deal. Back then, you could keep pistols in your room for the most part. It was like a wrist slap offense, unless you're a dick. If they're looking for a reason to hammer you, then, that's pretty much what happened. But if you're a good dude, a good soldier, and the worst thing that you ever did is you got caught with your own personal pistol in your room. It's like a 12-mile road march, slap on the wrists, maybe a week of extra duty, which is really not a big deal when you're in garrison. I don't know, because, it's hard to like punish other Rangers, and if they're really fucked up, you can do it. But if it's something stupid, usually, like I've been punished a few times in my NCOs. Be like, yeah, all right, well, you just do what you do, and we'll just call it okay. I got punished a lot because I was a smart ass, and I fucked with a lot of shit, and I didn't really have a lot of boundaries, and I got in a lot of trouble because I was young and stupid. All right, now. One of the holidays that we had when I was in battalion, we weren't in the field, was 4th of July. Now, I don't know how they do it nowadays, but back in the day, 4th of July, I think it was like a 3 or 4 day fucking weekend, and it was pretty much an open bottle rocket, skyrocket, firework fucking fight between each company and each other for like the entire fucking weekend. So, you proceed at your own risk if you leave the barracks to get to your car, because you're going to be dodging, bottle rockets and, Roman candles, and a couple like throwing ash cans off the roof at you, like, happy 4th of July, motherfucker. You're like, oh my God. They're shooting at your car, not with guns or anything, but with fireworks. But this particular day, it was Saturday. Just before evening chow, I'd say like 4 o'clock, and our windows were open in my room, and me and my 3 other roommates were in there, and we weren't doing much. I was going to go out that evening and go hang out and try to go score some choach down at the Madigan Club or some of the other clubs off post. That's pretty much what I did. Worked in my car, trained in martial arts, and chased pussy. Is there anything else? I drank in between there a little bit, but not much. I didn't really pick up the drinking thing until I lost my ability to sleep. And I usually just drink at night to help me sleep. So we're all in there doing our deal. The window's open, and I hear some like shuffling outside, and we're on the 3rd floor, and all of a sudden they fire this like huge fucking mortar round firework, whatever, in the window into the fucking room. Now, the Greek is in his bed under his poncho liner taking a nap. I'm standing there. I see it out of the corner of my eye. It comes through the window, hits the ceiling, and knocks one of the tiles loose, and then it comes down and then detonates like right in the middle of the room. I had enough time. I put my hand over my ear and I turned away, and it was like boom, boom, and then sparks were everywhere. Smoke. Everyone's running around. Oh my God. We're like trying to keep fucking shit from catching on fire. There's like holes burned in bedspreads and stuff. You know, we got it. We got it under control. I mean, luckily we had water in our canteens we were using to put out some of the spot fires that fucking, got sparked up. And it was some dudes from Alpha Company, because we go to the window, we're like, motherfucker. They're like, fuck you, 4th of July. They're running off like, God damn it. We shut the windows. A squad leader comes up there and he's just like, so, what happened here? And we're like, some guys from Alpha Company fired a mortar round in here and fucking set the room on fire. He's just like, well, how'd they do that? What happened? I go, well, they just shot it through the window. So you're telling me on the 4th of July weekend, where everyone shoots fireworks, you decide to leave your window open? I think I smell some idiots. And we did PT for the rest of that night. And I think we got done at like 11 o'clock or something. Oh my God. And then trying to, the good thing I was friends with the supply sergeant. I've always made it a habit to be cool with the supply sergeant, because I am a pack rat, and I've been known to help out supply sergeants when they're in a pinch, during inspections. So we got our linen replaced without any fucking issues. We had some of our gear. I think one of my roommates had his 2-quart burnt, a hole burned in it, and then there was a hole in his rucksack. And we basically just shredded that up and wrote it off as a training accident, and then he got his stuff DX, which is direct exchanged. So it didn't really cost us anything other than a big headache and almost set the room on fire. But we learned a valuable lesson, when you're doing shit like that, or you're living in the range battalion, don't leave your fucking windows open during the 4th of July fucking weekend. You're going to get fucked up. Okay, firework fight in the hole. All right. So I used to have this hot rod car, had a hood scoop, black. Everyone called it the 2-man enter, 1-man leave car, And I used to drag race it because I was an idiot. Well, there was a standing policy from Sergeant Major Leon Guerrero at the time that if you get caught speeding on post, you do a 1-mile road march per mile over the speed limit you were. So I was down in on-post housing. I was hanging out with this friend of mine who's an E5 and his wife, and she had a couple of her friends, and I'm young and stupid, and I'm all pumped up on testosterone, and I want to try to impress these 2 ladies, and I do a fucking huge burnout, and I promptly got pulled over by the MPs for doing 78 and a 25. And, you get the ticket on post, you come up on the blotter, and they do the blotter like every day. So, I'm looking at like a 45 or 48 mile fucking road march, and I don't really want to walk that far because that's a long fucking way. And anything over 25 is excruciatingly painful. So I don't say nothing about it. I'm thinking, hey, maybe I don't come up, nobody will detect it, I'll be good. So, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm thinking I'm golden by Wednesday. Because it's been like, 4 or 5 days. I'm like, all right. Friday, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the staff duty runner comes down there, comes up to the platoon area, and tells my platoon sergeant that I need to go see the sergeant major. That's never a good fucking thing. So my platoon sergeant comes out and is like, what's up, Bubba? What the fuck's going on? What are you going to see the sergeant major for? I'm like, ugh. I'm like, Sergeant, I think I got written up for, drag racing on post. He's like, what? God damn it. Let me see the tickets. So I give it to him. He's like, okay, display of power, reckless driving, what? Drag racing? God. So we have to go over to the Sergeant Major. Now, Sergeant Major Leon Guerrero, he was a class act. I love that guy to death. I never saw him yell. He was fair, firm. He was always a good guy. But in his room, I guess in his office, he kept ferns. Okay, and he had like this little spray bottle, and maybe that was his Zen thing, I don't know. You know, because, you know, when you've been in the Army long enough, and I know now that you gotta have your Zen shit or you're gonna go fucking crazy. So I go in there, I'm standing at parade rest, my platoon sergeant's there, and he's just like spraying the fucking ferns, like, Sergeant Pop, what is my policy on speeding? I'm like, Sergeant Major, it's 1 mile per mile over the speed limit. He's like, he picks up the clipboard, he's like, I suggest you get started. So I have to fucking do a fucking 40 some odd mile road march. It started like Friday afternoon. Now, my platoon sergeant, I'm not going to say his name, great guy, he was mad as shit. But you know, you realize when you're working with a bunch of dumb knuckleheads that they do dumb knucklehead shit. All right. So, you know, he yelled, he chewed my ass, he fucking yelled at me, fucking weighed my rucksack, drove me out to the impact area, and he just said, you just start walking that way, it goes in a big fucking loop, you do 2 20-mile loops, and then you walk a little bit back, and we'll be good. I'll come out and check on you and make sure your water's all right. So, I knocked out like the first 25 miles, no time flat, you know, that was easy. 12 miles, I almost ran the entire thing. And then I speed walked the next 12. But after 25, every time you take a step, it's like somebody hitting your fucking foot with a golf club. And I was fucked up. Like I would walk like 2 miles, have to sit down, I'll put my feet up and take my boots off, massage my feet. And every 4 to 5 hours, my platoon sergeant came out there and filled up my fucking canteens. And he'd be like, all right, everything good? All right, hey, all right. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, just standard shit. All right, well, fucking get to it. So I walked from Friday night all day Saturday and into the morning hours of Sunday. Yeah, and I was fucking wrecked. I was absolutely fucking wrecked. That's probably the longest I've ever fucking had to road march. You could probably build up to it, but anything over 25, it's got to be a hard one. A lot of guys out there who try out for CAG and take the long walk, they do like long movements like that too. I'm sure you can build up to it, but that's a whole other fucking animal. That's like ultra marathon, you know, superhuman shit that, you know, when I was 21 years old, I just didn't have the fucking motivation to fucking put myself through that. So, you know, that's that's the 2nd Ranger Battalion. I'm gonna go through some more stories here, and hopefully you'll like those. I got some Hog Slayer stories. I got some stories about the Rangerettes, who are the female groupies who like to hang out with Rangers. Those are fairly graphic. There's a lot of sexual content involved in those, and it's in today's day and age, it might be frowned upon. So why don't you guys let me know if you want to hear those in the comments below. And furthermore, there's a lot of guys out there who are getting unsubbed from my channel or aren't getting notified of the videos. And listen, you know, YouTube, they're playing their fucking silly games. And gentlemen, share the videos, put them on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you gotta fucking do to get it out there to the real world. Because there's a lot of guys out there that need to hear this, who have been raised by single mothers and, you know, white knight fucking mangina bitch brain motherfuckers out there. And this can't hurt. Okay, and maybe they find it's funny, so it's a win-win. There you go. All right, gentlemen, you have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.